Welcome back to my channel. I got a topic I want to talk about tonight. I got a couple phone calls and a couple text messages from some individuals, some fans that wanted me to do a review on this topic that happened out of Riverside off of Iowa Avenue. It was a shooting that involved a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old man. Both were charged with 4 counts of attempted murder. They were shooting at a group of individuals. 2 were injured. It's crazy. It's 2019. I was thinking about this when I heard about it, and I was just like, man, to actually do a shooting at this time and era, at this time right now, and to go do time, to be in juvenile hall, Riverside Juvenile Hall, Riverside County Jail. The minor, he's going to be in maximum security. They have Group 1, Group 9, and Group 10. I've seen it. I know about it. It's not the greatest thing to be at. It's a piece of cake being in there, but being in there because this is only the beginning for him. He'll go to YA. He'll go to, to what, 25, and then he's going to get released to prison, state prison. He's going to go up north. Also for the other individual, the adult that he's in Robert Presley Detention Center, most likely that's where he's at because it happened in Riverside. So, but just to do a random shooting at a group of individuals, just dumb. What are you thinking? You know what I mean? When this happened, Riverside PD so happened to be there and witnessed it, and it says in one of the articles, that Riverside PD actually fired off a shot to stop this car because they actually got back in the car, or they were already in the car. I didn't go too much into it, but this is like the main stuff I read about it. But they were in the car and they started to flee, so Riverside PD actually fired a shot at them, so to actually make them stop. But they were apprehended and they were taken into custody. And now, when I heard about this, I was just like, man, 4 charges of attempted murder. That's big, dude. That's serious. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, dude. I look at all these youngsters. There's a lot of youngsters in the streets these days, and I see them and I look at them like, man, these guys just don't even know. To pretend to be out there acting like they're hard, being like they're gangsters, being that they're this and that. Just because they listen to the rap music, just because they listen to that type of stuff, they think they're gangsters, they think they're hard. Man, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, that's what I think. If you didn't grow up in the 90s, you don't even know what gangster is, dude. Because, just to go fire off a gun. I'll tell you a true story real quick. I was at a football weigh-in out in, I believe it was Corona, Norco. And I remember there was this one kid that was walking by, and he was singing a song. There was a bunch of kids, a bunch of mom and dads and stuff. And he was singing this song, a certain individual. And he was talking about shooting his Glock, if he had a Glock. And I looked at him, and I looked at my girl, and I was like, man, this guy, he doesn't even know nothing about shooting a Glock. But once he gets busted, once he gets incarcerated after he shoots that Glock, his friends are not going to be there. No one's not going to be writing to him. The only ones that will be there if he got some is his parents. You know what I mean? Writing those letters, putting money on his books. But other than that, he's going to be crying. I wish I never did it. I'm sorry. But it takes it back to these kids just running the street and not even realizing what they're doing. It's just dumb. You hear about stuff left and right. These little kids on YouTube. You see a lot of kids thinking they're cool, bobbing their head to music, thinking that they're gangsters. But they're not even gangsters. You know what I mean? Once they get into that juvenile facility, they're going to be hard timing it. They're going to have their little orange Bible. They're going to be going to church. They're going to be doing this and that because they're going to regret what they did. And they're going to be telling God, if you do this for me, I promise I'll do this for you. And I'll change my life. But, I see that, and I see a lot of kids, like, they think they're gangsters in the street, but it's, it's easy to pull a trigger. It's easy to pull a trigger, and then for these guys to just pull a trigger at a random group, and injuring 2, lucky their injuries weren't serious, but that is just retarded, man. And that's just, come on, man. But I just want to bring that out there. I wanted to talk about it. I was thinking about it after I was told about it, and it kind of bothered me. Like, man, stupid, just dumb. Back in the 90s, when I was in some trouble. I know how it goes, But being incarcerated, you're just like, your world comes to a stop. Your world comes to a stop real quick, man. And man, hopefully, I wish them the best. And for what they did, you're gonna have to pay for it. So hey, but I talked about how I wanted to do the Patty Mayo video. I was gonna do a Patty Mayo quick video on him. I'm gonna do a quick comparison between him and Dog the Bounty Hunter. Also, one of my fans had mentioned to me to do a little checklist between them both. I'm gonna do a quick little checklist, and this is what it's gonna be. Patty Mayo, fake badge or real badge? Fake badge. Dog the Bounty Hunter, fake or real earrings? His feather earrings that he wears, real earrings. Patty Mayo is a nonsense bounty hunter hat. Fake or real? It's fake. It's just all about for attention, and he just wants the cash, the clout. They call it clout, the views and all that stuff. Crazy, man. Dog the Bounty Hunter's hair, long blonde hair. He wears it all the time. Real. You know what I mean? I could go on and on and on and on and compare them, but you could tell the difference between them both. One's older, one knows more about it, about the bounty hunting and stuff like that. But overall, Patty Mayo, he's been exposed many times. He's, and like I told you in my last video, Unit 88 talked about it and exposed him. And even the department that he claims, that Patty Mayo claims to work out of, they even put up a post on their website and stated that they have nothing to do with him. So, it's out there. Patty Mayo, you finally got exposed, and he went from a prankster. He went from a prankster to a bounty hunter. That didn't work out after a while. The rules from California. Then you jumped right into a sheriff. You know what I mean? You jumped too soon. You didn't put a disclaimer in the front of your videos. You didn't answer to any fans that were loyal to you. And then the merch. You used to always do shout outs to merch and people that bought your merch, and you don't do that anymore. But there's still a lot of people that have your back. But you ruined it big time, dude, because you got these SUVs like Unit 88 had talked about. You got better equipment than any law enforcement, and to be a rookie, you have a very nice SUV. You know what I mean? And the partner that you roll with, he's supposed to be your sergeant or your lead or whatever he is, but you're giving him orders. Aren't you supposed to be the rookie? Think about it. He's supposed to be giving you orders. He's supposed to be the guy in demand. He's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be aggressive during this show. And most sheriffs, because out of Riverside County, I'm from Riverside. A lot of sheriffs, or should I say, sheriffs in Riverside County, they roll around by themselves, solo per car. They don't roll around in twos, unless you see gang unit, unless you see the undercover cops. You'll get jammed up by the twos. They'll have two in each car, if anything. But you roll around in twos all the time. Backup you're saying backup all the time. Radio is pretty clear. The radio is your wife talking on it.